Yo, it's Iceberg Paris with Blackbibliomania, and welcome to my YouTube page. First, I want to thank you for all of the likes and shares, and for following me. For all your bookish needs. As you know, this is a new journey for me. I've talked about being socially awkward, and so forth. So it is so great to just be my quirkish self and bring you some good bookish thoughts. My bookish thoughts. As you know, I am building my home library for me and my children. And today I want to share with you two books that have really changed my life, as well as an author that has continued to change my life. Um, about a few years ago, my father passed away. And I also had a close relative to pass away within 24 hours. So after that, I was completely like devastated. And it was just, I don't know. I think I was depressed for like 6 months. I know I didn't get out of bed for like two months. And then I was depressed, like really depressed. The only thing that really got me through that time, really was Dr. Iyanla Vanzant. On the mundane, when I say got me through on the mundane, there were a lot of different other things that I did, but on the mundane, basic surface level personal growth, personal development, and so forth, I credit Dr. Iyanla Vanzant for really spearheaded and jumpstart, this new life, really getting my psyche together and so forth. One of the things I did was I would watch like her YouTube. So if you haven't watched her YouTube, go watch her YouTube. She has the global community connection. She did these videos like every day during the pandemic. And then it went from every day, and then she did an antiviral message where she would come in, she would pull a card, she would you would do some breathing exercises. She would read from a book, then she would give you a lesson, then she would give you homework. Each day was very different. She did like a totally different thing every year. I mean every day. So at the end, this would have been 2022. Like I think they should be still up. So I was able to, at the end of the year, as I was getting ready for my New Year's resolutions and so forth, I binge watched all of her videos every day. So each day she would always give book recommendations. So one thing about her that I love, she is an author of many books. These are all her books. She has so many. I think she has, I don't know, 9 or 12 books. I know just right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 books right now in front of me. She has a lot of books, but she would only suggest some of her books, right? So, for me, she would always, read this. It wasn't, and that's what I loved about her, because it wasn't like self-serving. It wasn't about, she really shared, how she was able to help people through them reading different authors and different methods and different ideas and so forth. And I really appreciated that. But she would always read from this one, Acts of Faith, which is a devotional. One thing she always says is you should always have a devotional to read every day, to help your spirit, to keep you on whatever path it is, whatever God of your understanding you may have, and so forth, to really help with your spiritual divine mind. And this was one. She also said until today. Until today is also another good one that I got. But for me, it has always been Acts of Faith. Now, she does have other devotionals and so forth, but this one has really, really spoke to me, as well as Until Today. So that was, those were the two books that I really, 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 really love. And so the next thing that I did that I found like while I was thrifting was this one, this little booger. One day my soul just opened up. This is a 40-day and 40-night spiritual strength and personal growth. So basically, you read a little excerpt and you go through each day you read, and she asks you some questions, and then you come back at night and you write at night. So I did this for 40 days. 40 days, and like you can see, I did it. And it changed my life. It changed really the way I thought. I started this at like towards the end of 2022, and I finished it mid January 2023. And it really, 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 really did change my life. And I'm so grateful for this book. You know, what's so funny, I paid $1 for this. And I think I also paid $1 for, maybe $1 or $2 for this one too. Let me see. Yeah, I've had $1 or $2 for that one too. But this book is one that I find, I don't always find acts of faith, but this book I always find over and over again. And you want to know what I do? Anytime I find it for $1 or $2, I always buy it and I give it away to a friend. I've given away 2 of these to different individuals whom I felt that it would help, for whatever reason or not. So, all in all, I just want to show you, because when I first started, I had Until Today. And then for some reason, I just kept finding, books. This is Every Day I Pray. This is just a prayer type journal. This is Faith in the Valley. She even has Don't Give It All Away, which is like a teen book that I'm saving for my daughter. So I showed on my Instagram, I guess, the background of my growth in Dr. Iyanla Vanzant's collection. And, this is one of the collections that is very dear to me because, at a particular time in my life, this book opened up my soul. And I will always credit it for that. So, it's been a pleasure sharing this with you. I hope this helps you. If you are depressed, if you don't feel up to yourself, if you're going through a tough period, grief, trauma, and you want to face it, I want to recommend you read this. I want to recommend you read an excerpt out of this every day. It will help. I love you for watching. Follow me for more.